So there's a bit of an intro. Okay, there's 4 bars of an intro.
Larkin Community College is set in the heart of Dublin City. Its postcode of Dublin 1, or D1, is shared with O'Connell Street and such high-end Dublin establishments as the Gate Theatre and the Gresham Hotel. This part of the city never sleeps. There's a sense of old times and culture here. From one side of the street to another, locals are often heard shouting a greeting, and it's refreshing to witness. But one can't also deny that there are negative elements here too. Young people from this area don't get an easy ride. They are often tarred with a brush that has negative connotations. Just the mention of a postcode can quickly reduce opportunity. It is widely believed that kids here don't get the same opportunities as kids from other areas. Or at least that is the expectation from within, but also the perception from outside. Growing up in other parts of Ireland, there may be a certain perception of this part of the country, mostly fueled by negative news coverage within the Irish media. But scratch beneath the surface, and you may be surprised by the warm characters you will find, and the tight-knit community that has existed and will continue to exist and thrive into the future.
Young people today are way ahead of us in terms of what we offer them in education. But we need resources, we need funding to move our education system into becoming an entrepreneurial space, a creative space, a dynamic space, a space that prepares kids in the most appropriate way for life after school. Well, we're very lucky in the school we're in.
What the students are doing here today is by part of their Leaving Cert Applied course, they're working on motorcycles to service, repair and understand the technology and what's going on inside the engine of a 4-stroke motorcycle.
You learn a lot more new things. It's kind of easier to pick up things when you're actually doing them rather than listening to them from the teacher.
I've walked on a bike before and more experience on bikes.
It's a nice, it's a sense of achievement when you got a bike run. It's nice to work on something and see it kind of work out what you can see how it look like.
This will be our 5th bike getting running if we get a run the next few minutes.
And what do you hope to do when you finish school?
I want to go to college, get a degree. I want to study politics and history in minute.
I want to study law.
This is going to be very embarrassing if this doesn't start.
We have great opportunities for the kids on any of our scholarships, whether it be arts, football or basketball here. So obviously we focus on the academics and we want our students to achieve, but a lot of the things that we do are cross-curricular and it's not just about the grades at the end of the day. We want to kind of have a fully formed individual when they leave us.
Ken Robinson, the educationist, says, follow your passion. Then you'll find your tribe and then you'll be in your element. Well, our teachers are following their passion.
We started out at a very low ebb, 6 or 7 students involved. That actually pushed me into doing it. And now we have, between boys and girls, we have about 200 kids involved in basketball. Not all through the scholarship, but through playing matches and representing the school further afield. And we have won 2 titles with girls, 2 Leinster titles with the girls. We've won a Leinster title with the boys, competed in a couple of All-Ireland finals as well. So the boys have actually been promoted to B-level basketball, and the girls are looking to be promoted to that level for next season.
One of the striking things here is when you talk to some of the students and when they're applying for a job, they will give somebody else's address rather than to give their own address because they have fears that they will be looked down upon because of their postal code.
Descartes' powerful phrase, "I think, therefore I am," is an expression that many of today's younger generation can relate to. From a young age, perception of yourself and how others see you is huge in formulating who you are and ultimately who you become. It's easier to play up to the stereotype than go against the harsh grain. And even when you do, is it even recognised? Is it valued? The elephant in the room is that yes, young people from certain disadvantaged areas have to struggle a little bit harder than their counterparts, even if it is only to overcome the basic barrier of perception. Students from Larkin Community College go against the stereotype of their area on a daily basis. These young people want to voice their experiences and change the prototype. They want to shout from the rooftops, "Look at me, here I am, this is what I've achieved." And most of all, they want people to know, I am more than an overemphasised segment of an RTE 6-1 news story. There is more to me, and there is more to my area than that.
It's about raising expectations and giving our students the belief in themselves that they have as much to offer as anybody else.
The students from Larkin are in today as part of the Trinity Access Programme. The programme is aimed at helping students from low progression communities access college. So we're working with 3 schools in Dublin's inner city at the moment. The inner city would have a progression rate significantly lower than the national average to 3rd level. So today is just about the students meeting a mentor, someone older than them who's from their community or from a similar background, who's gone to 3rd level and who can give them information about their options.
What people don't understand is just because I'm from like a public school or I'm from a certain area, they don't expect me to be able to come here. Yet like I'm gonna raise expectations of people that like think I'm never gonna make it here. And there's like all my classmates have really high expectations, yet no one would believe we could make it here because of where we're from or what school we go to.
And we're tackling this in a systematic fashion by working with teachers and by working with schools to raise the educational horizons and aspirations of the students and then to empower those students academically so that they have a chance of progressing on to a 3rd level university or college.
When I leave school, I want to be a doctor after I go to college.
When I leave school, I want to go to college and study performing arts.
I want to go to dance college and I want to move to America and I want to be like a part-time actor as well.
When I leave school, I have a lot of things I want to be. I like to be a judge. Yeah, I want to be a social worker or... I don't know which one I'm going to pick yet.
And the world will be a better place for you.
As this year's arts programme dealt with the concept of community, we decided to go further afield, to visit communities with a different Irish experience. So we packed our bags, jumped on a bus and headed out west. Most of the students had never been outside of Dublin before. They wanted to challenge their own perceptions of Ireland and other Irish communities, different to their own. Connemara seemed as good a place to start as any. The stone walls, traditions and remote, slow-paced country setting was in vast contrast to the hustle, bustle and bright lights of inner city Dublin. Despite all of this, the sense of welcome, of openness and the immense pride within the West Country community surprisingly reminded the students of their own communities back home in Dublin 1. The community of Inishere, although on paper usually different, served as a reminder to the students that any community, whether it be country or city, has the ability to make you feel a sense of home and belonging. It ultimately, we learned, gave us our identity. It makes us who we are.